Figured I'd start this one like this so you could say hello. I like the itchy scratchy. Ooh, you're itching your butt. You like the itchy scratchies. You like the itchy scratchies. You're itching your butt. Hello, my baby boy. I love scratching his honey and his belly. And the day and time. He's such a pooty patootie little boo boo. Oh my goodness. I love this little boy so much. Y'all don't even know. He's my little buddy. No, we don't do dirty things. Everybody likes to say that. That's just nasty, isn't it? He's just a silly willy. I love my pumpkin. I'd do anything for my little pumpkin and my little baby boy. I love how a coochie boochie he is. So anyways, when I had been at least 16 because I was driving. Um, because I had my permit when I was 15, but I couldn't drive by myself until I was 16. So I had to be at least 16. I had just dropped. I forget where I was doing or where we were going. It was I dropped my cousin and somebody else off, and I was gonna go back home. This is in Delaware, and I was gonna come back, and we were gonna hang out in Tucson. I forget what it was we were supposed to be doing. But as I was leaving, going through, I don't want to give any details, so nobody can try to figure anything out. But um, I was driving through a town, and it was stop and go traffic, really slow, 25 miles per hour, and I wasn't even going that fast. I was going with the stop and go. It was just like 5 miles an hour stop. You know what I mean? It was just what. Um, I looked at it. Just takes a second. I looked at my radio for a second, and all of a sudden I'm in the back of like a minivan, and you just you tense. You know what I mean? So you like and my foot just went down instead of shifting and going down, and I pushed the gas pedal like slightly harder, and like I pushed that minivan like into another car, and then I hit my brakes. But like when I hit, I'm underage, and my trunk would like the back seats like could come down like real easy, and there was like beer bottles and liquor bottles like in the back in the trunk. And when I hit that person's van, like it smashed forward, and all those bottles came forward and spilled everywhere. And I was like trying to grab them. And, like I pulled over into like this little side parking lot place, and like I started throwing all the stuff back in the trunk and kind of close it, and just like, oh my gosh, what do I do? So I started calling people I could trust, older people. I don't want to give any details away, as they'll come after me if I tell a Freemason story. But I was told just to relax. It's okay. Just don't worry about it. It'll be taken care of. Just talk to this person. Blah blah. It's like, okay. And they were just like, don't talk to anybody. Blah blah. And then a little bit of time went by, and a person told me, "Oh, they lost the paperwork." You know what I mean? Like I could go into so much more details, but we're not going to try to get myself in trouble or anyone else in trouble or anything. But like things happen like that all the time, all around the world. And if you don't think that, oh my gosh, yeah, you don't think that there's corruption and people doing stuff to help people get away with things and this and that. Like I mean, I could have gotten a lot of trouble. You know what I mean? It was a hard time for me, man. And I got myself in enough trouble doing other things. I got my own accidents, like actual accidents, like hurting myself. And then you have the nightmares, and you thank God all the time that you didn't hurt anyone. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it's just. I mean, I was an atheist, and I was in one of my car accidents. You know what I mean? I was like, man, you have nightmares. You know, because you're like, man, only if I mean it only takes like just a what if one moment. It just that tree could have been a person. That tree could have been a car. You know what I mean? It's just anything. Man, it's not fun to think about, but I mean it happens. And it's good to have friends and places like that. And some people, enjoy taking advantages of like having those types of perks over other people. But man, what type of guilt could you live in with all the time, every day, knowing that you're like doing illegal things that other people can't get away with, and you get to do it freely all the time? And that's why people who aren't on that level do it freely because they're like, fuck it, everybody else is doing it. Everybody makes so many excuses, and plus it's fun, and then they like it, and this and that, and they just get addicted, and there's so many reasons for so many things, and people think things are just so simple and can be just like, oh well, this is because of that, and it's like, well, it can be that simple. Things are simple, I believe, but they're just complex. And things are complicated. Things can be complicated. There are complicated things in the world, but they can be simplified and understood by everyone to some degree, on some level. But that's the fun and the joy of life, though, is the fact that it is complex, that there is so many layers that you can just endlessly dig into, like the endless fathoms of mystery and ideas, and it's just incredible. But man, just to be one with God is cool as shit. You know what I mean? And I think, I don't know. I mean, that's all Jesus ever really wanted. You know what I mean? And he prays about it. It's on this prayer here, on this picture. He just wants to be. He's like, just let them be one with me as I am one with you, and we could all just be one together. You know what I mean? And just this unified diversity within itself. You know what I mean? University within diversity. I mean, that's God, the Spirit, and the Son. The Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. I mean, it's just people try to make things more complicated than they are. And speaking to somebody yesterday, they don't even understand their arguments. The premise for their arguments aren't even coming from a place that is really even understanding in any way of what they think or perceive like Christianity is, or this and that. You know what I mean? Like they don't even really, like, they think they have a profound argument, and you're just like, that that's been proven to be wrong, right? You know what I mean? Like but people only read into so much, and they get to what they want to hear, and they end at that whatever. As they're digging into the deeper subtext of things, they get to a surface level that they halt at because they agree with it, tickles their ears, and they're good with it, and they don't want any more excuses or arguments. Well, I like to just keep digging and digging and digging. Like, I talked to this other comedian the other day, and we were talking about like really deep stuff about Christianity and stuff, about how people don't really understand the Bible and how it was written and whatnot. And like, man, it was fun. I'm like, man, we gotta talk more. I got his, I actually have his Instagram, and maybe he'll be one of the guys to come here to the table and have dinner with me. He's a really cool guy. It was good times. Man, we were like, all right. He's like, I gotta go, and I was like, all right, man. And then we started talking about something else. And I was like, man. I enjoy that, you know what I mean? It just like, let's get into deep, good conversations about things. Let's move along. This next one. Oh, the stage was the original safe space. Comedians getting attacked now, they never really know. But in reality, when has the stage ever been a safe place? It wasn't like even Shakespeare. I mean, he had to deal with shit. You know what I mean? And then like, just fucking Lincoln. But he wasn't on the stage. But I mean, people have died on stage, and there's accidents and other things, and doing stunts and stuff too, or people just having heart attacks, and are going into cardiac arrest, or just whatever. But No, I guess like there's other comedians that have been attacked and stuff, but I mean, it kind of like started escalating. It seemed like after Will Smith decided to smack Chris, it just like you just encourage and justify so many other people to think that they can do whatever they want, you know. And people don't mess with that stuff, man. I mean, they don't understand. If you're doing something that looks like you're gonna hurt somebody, and you have capable people around that are like, no, we're gonna shut that shit down immediately, and that shit's gonna get shut down immediately, because that's what happens. It fucking happened yesterday. Apparently, like I was like, so what happened? This guy got cooked out. He was trying to act all dramatic and stuff, and pretending like he was like getting thrown down the stairs, and he was like rolling down the stairs, going, oh, you guys are beating me up. Oh no, 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 and they were just like looking at him like stupid, and he's like trying to grab the rails and push him over and stuff, like the little things that we have the ropes with. I'm like, oh my god, what an idiot! And they're just like got him out on the street, and they do just get out, and they're just waiting for it, like standing there like guarding, making sure he doesn't come back in. If he was gonna try to do something stupid, I was gonna knee him in the face. But come to find out is because, and he's another comedian, and he's gonna be banned too. We're gonna tell the Kill Tony people and everything. Yeah, this guy's not coming back because he did some like absurdly shady shit you just do not do. He came running up onto the stage, I guess, like reaching into his pockets or something, like towards the comedian, and then like did the same thing, like running towards like the DJ or something like that. And yeah, so a bunch of people just started trying to grab his ass and get him out of there. It's like, dude, you don't do that type of shit. I don't care who you are. If you think it's not fucking funny, you're just stupid and deranged. But yeah, it's crazy. Like you saw Chappelle got attacked right afterwards, and then it was just like da 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 da. It's just like, is anywhere safe? Nowhere's really safe anyways, because you start saying something somebody doesn't like anymore. If they don't agree with it, they think it's hate and mean and evil. I gotta kill you because you said something bad. You fucking retard, man. Chill your fucking selves. Um, it's 12 minutes in. Explaining my name and how my mom screwed me, and she realizes it, but I love it. It's unique, and I have to explain it to everyone because it is unique. It's Mattthiew spells Matthew, and I gotta be the one to go back to the DMV and to the bank or this or that or whatever. Really, no, my name's spelled this way. I've never had a name tag. My name's spelled right, but it's fun and unique, and I think it's gonna make me stand out in this world too. When it comes to this entertainment world, they're gonna be like, oh, that Matthew. You know what I mean? And obviously the last name Coffin, there's not a whole lot of Coffins, I don't think, in the show business world. I don't know. There might be. But man, um I think that might be a part of why, I don't get as much attention in traffic right now either. I think once people start to know how my name's actually spelled, and my shit becomes more easily searchable on YouTube and stuff. It'd be something maybe. I don't know. We'll see. All right, we're not we're not we're not. I hate that phrase. Shooting for the stars. If you shoot for the moon, you might fall among the stars. It's like, no, I'm gonna shoot for the stars. I have high standards. I want to do things the right way. I want to try to do things. I'm going to do the things to the best of my capability and my abilities. Whatever I achieve is what I achieve. I'm going to do the best that I can potentially get to. And if it becomes more than that, great. If it's less than that, as long as I can maintain, I'll be okay. But I'm thinking this new job will be really fun, no matter what part it is. I just hope Lulu will be okay. Because if I have to park cars and stuff, obviously I'm not going to be able to bring him in strangers' cars with me. So I'm going to have him in his little cage or sitting somewhere, and just leave him and let his ass bark for a little while if they're okay with letting his ass bark and cry for a little while Daddy waits. But eventually, maybe like they'll get to know me more, or they'll get to know Lucius, will get to know them, and he'll be cool with sitting with somebody while I run back and forth. But there's two other positions, and I can't really recall exactly what she was saying. I was just like $25 an hour, yes. I'm not gonna say no. You know what I mean? I don't care if it's a strip club or whatever, but it's like I think one was parking, one was something else, and those both paid $25 an hour, and the other one paid, she said, $100 a day plus commission. So I'm like, I don't know what that is. She says, she's like, I don't care, who you are, what your politics are, what your beliefs are, and this, that, whatever. I just need people with personality. And I was like, I love people. You know what I mean? Let's make some sales. You know what I mean? So if that's something that she wants me to do, like, and one of the other guys I was talking to is like, usually like, he's like maybe like drink service and stuff where you try to like get people to buy other drinks and stuff, like to, whatever. He's like, but like bottle service, I think, or something like that. He's like, usually the girls do that. He's like, I don't think they would hire a guy to do that, but I don't know. I have no clue what it is. I'm excited to go in for an interview and to see what they have to offer, 'cause I think it'd be great. And whatever's the best position that I can do the most and make the most and be the most helpful and service wise, and also at the same time, which one is the best position that's going to be suitable for Lucius. You know what I mean? So we'll see. Things could be really cool and fun and happening with that. I really am excited. But yeah, that's Matthew, Matthieu. And I've gone over this note before, I think before too. I think it's hilarious. I don't know. I think Tony might find it cute and stupid, and Red Band might find it cute and stupid. But I don't think they'll like laugh out loud. They'll just be like, okay, you're right, because a bit. They probably have already thought of it before. It's probably, you know what I mean. It's probably not that creative of a thought to them. But this is how people actually watch their commercials on YouTube. It's like, and now word from our sponsor. Skip, skip, skip. Erection. Skip, skip, skip. Nicotine. Skip, skip, skip. Red Band. Skip, skip, skip. And our next bucket pull is, you know what I mean? I should do that, like, skip, skip, skip. Erection. Skip, skip, skip. Nicotine. Skip, skip, skip. Red Band. Skip, skip, skip. And the next bucket pull is, you know what I mean? Yeah, and then the next note is me venting and kind of like lamenting. Retarded female Scooby-Doo horse. I saw her last night. I meant to say hi, but I got distracted. Looked at somebody else. She already walked by. I missed her. Didn't say hi to her. Felt bad. She's really nice to me backstage. This shit I've done 45 jobs, 45 or so jobs. This joke is only still funny when there's more jobs than I am old. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like, if I end up being 50 and only have 48 jobs, it's like, it's not funny. I don't know. But, yeah, that was that whole, it wasn't like, it was a revelation moment, but it was like, it was just like I have to try to do something more and better. Like, it's just not where I'm supposed to be or what I should be doing and supposed to be doing. But I'm up there in that dirty ass room, up in that place that's been dirty since the '70s, and I've got a little bump cap thing on so I don't bump my head on the fucking metal and stuff. I've already got my head injury that I'm dealing with and working with it. And we're trying to clean this fucking thing up, and I got Kill Tony sitting there playing on my cell phone, and it's that girl making that hoarse voice. I can't do it right now. My voice still isn't fully back. It's so annoying. You know what I mean? Like, and she's like, oh, I only make $50,000 a year doing like a desk job. It helps get by, whatever. Da, da, da. And he's like, my parents don't like my comedy and stuff. And she's like, really? And he's like, you know what? I'm gonna pay you $50,100 a year just so we can stick it to your parents for not liking your comedy. And she's just like, I guess technically, she still does comedy and all kinds of. She still pursues her passions and her goals and her happiness. But I think she's like their personal like DoorDash much, But I was like, man, I happily would be your fucking bitch for $50,000 a year, dude. Just help me just sustain where I'm at. I'd be totally happy. All right, we're 20 minutes in. And like as I talked about before, the next note is less like Larry the Cable Guy, because I've talked like about that before, like where I kind of see it like I guess it's kind of like Bill Hicks meets I'm kind of like Bill Hicks meets Sam Kinison meets Larry the Cable Guy, and I put this one note in here saying less like Larry the Cable Guy and more like Jim Carrey from The Cable Guy. It's like I can be pretty crazy sometimes. Not so obsessive about like trying to find a friend and whatnot and ruining their lives and blackmailing people and stuff like that and shit, but I can be pretty crazy. Alright. Hope you got the reference. God bless. Thanks for your time and patience with me. Till next time, we'll do another one. Not tonight, but we're gonna start streaming playing video